So this one here, now she's a bit better, but she had lost a lot of weight
This one,
because her children had sucked the blood and all. Oh, yeah, this one, you're friendly animals, don't do anything. So you can just reach out, touch. Yeah, I just said it. At the end of the day, it's we humans that eat them. At the end of the day, you know. Hey,
let me take this.
wow, this is one. Wow.
My name is Bernard. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Life is a whole lot. On today's episode, I'm here to have a discussion with entrepreneur. I call the discussion Time with Entrepreneur. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Let's learn the experience together. Hello guys. Today I'm with one of the greatest entrepreneur. You don't know him. So for that matter, I would like him to do the self-introduction, how he got started and the journey so far, because we all want to learn the experience together.
My name is Kojo Amankwa. This is Diafokwa, Goma Diafokwa, located in the central region of Ghana, just a few hours drive away from Accra.
Okay.
And over here, where we are standing on a pig farm and also a catfish farm. Here on my farm, we are into livestock and crop farming.
Okay.
So, like mainly, like I mentioned, pigs. We cultivate pigs, large quantities to sell, and we also do catfish in large quantities to sell as well.
Okay.
We also have some tilapia, and we have a couple of cash crops on the farm.
Wow. Then today we will eat.
Yeah, definitely.
I want us to start with the piggery. At what point did you bring in the
Okay,
pigs?
so the piggery.
Did you start
The piggery? So the piggery was the first thing that we brought here to the farm, and that's what kickstarted the whole journey. So I've always had an interest in agriculture.
Oh, nice.
For some reason. A couple of years ago, when I was still in university, I had wanted to go into honey production.
Yeah.
Large scale honey production, but I wanted to start small.
That one too is profitable.
It's profitable. I mean, everything in life is profitable. You just have to do well.
Okay.
So I wanted to go into large scale honey production, but the company that I was going to help me set that one up, I think they folded and they liquidated and they moved from Ghana.
Okay.
So those plans were cancelled. So fast forward some years down the line, I visited a friend's piggery. He has quite a large piggery. I visited and he walked me through the facility, and I was like, "Oh, I really want to get into this."
You got motivated.
I got motivated, and then he opened my eye to do some research, and then I was able to contact his consultant, so a very good consultant, and he helped me set up this piggery that we currently have. I didn't have enough funds to start on my own, so I collaborated with my partner, and we were able to pull up enough funds to establish what you see here, what we will definitely show your viewers later during the interview, or if you are showing them now. And so that is basically how the journey started with the pig farming. Later, we cultivated these catfish tanks that you see over here, and then we got the catfish rolling as well. So this is basically how I started.
But how you started? I hope now it's moving
Oh,
small.
yes, we're on track.
So what are your No, let me ask of the number of pigs you started with.
Okay,
How many did you bring in the beginning?
So the first ones we brought one boy, that's a male, and then we brought in 5 female.
5 females.
That's the starting breed, stock. Sorry.
Okay. And how many are there now?
So right now we have 74 in house, but then we have sold about a good 50 to 60.
But how long have you been in operation?
We've been in operations. I think the building was completed in late 2021. So we actually started operation, I think 2022 March.
Okay.
So since March 2022 all the way up to now, the pig has been in operation.
Oh, nice. I want to know the demand for the piggery. Like how is the market? Because we can't invest in something that when they are ready we can't sell.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
Okay, so yes, it's a very good question because anyone that is getting into this, I'm assuming you are getting into it because you want to make money.
Money, yeah.
You understand? Or you want to grow your income nicely. So the business aspect of it is very important. And I think people should do the research into how the market is like before they get invested into any business anyway.
Okay.
But agriculture especially, you have to do the research. So the market for there's a lot of demand. If you look at
For the pigs.
pigs, if you look at statistics, it shows you that pork is the most consumed meat in the whole
Yeah,
world
yeah,
worldwide.
I've
You've
seen
seen that, right?
after, I think after cattle.
Chicken is second, then you have the beef and then the
Okay.
goat. So pork is the most consumed because you look at the Chinese, they produce a lot of pork and they consume a lot as well, and they have a lot of influence in the world. So it goes out like that. Very, very, the demand is high. And come locally to Ghana, you realize that there's a lot of demand for pork, even with the religious and the societal stigma sometimes that which I honestly I don't know where that comes from, but I understand. Um, even with that, there's still a demand for
Demand
pork
for pork.
because
Okay.
you have people, individuals that buy and prepare at home. You have restaurants that buy and prepare to sell to customers,
Then
supermarkets that
joints.
joints. So there's a lot. You just have to be able to identify where this demand is coming from, and
Okay.
then link yourself to them so that you can be a steady supplier.
Okay. Pigs, they die a lot when you invest. Upon all the money you cash
Uh-huh.
out, later you run out of losses when the
Uh,
sickness comes.
comes here.
How is your experience about those mortality? Like,
Okay, so
I think that there is difference between the sickness and the
the
mortality.
mortality.
Yeah.
Mortality is the rate at mortality rate and the rate at which they die.
Yeah.
Sicknesses, I mean, that comes in between.
Mm.
Okay, so well, from my experience, right, I've not had such a high mortality rate, and I know a couple of farmers that have also, well, more often than not, that do not have such high mortality rates. But then in some cases, you hear. Recently, I was watching the news. I saw on I think TV3. I saw there was this farmer who had lost. He said he said he has lost almost 2,000 pigs or so.
Hey.
And then what he said was that he had lost about 2.2 million cedis in revenue
Hey.
from the swine flu, the outbreak, killed almost
Wow.
all his pigs. So you have that when sicknesses come, they sweep across and they are very contagious. They sweep across and you can lose everything. That is as a risk. Every business has their risk, and you
Okay.
can lose everything. But it is not that prevalent. As much as you hear it, there's a
Mm.
lot of success cases as well.
Oh,
That
sure,
the
sure.
mortality rate is not high. It's good and it's stable. Agriculture is a very stable. Without even the investment itself, it can prove very stable in the long term.
Okay. So how often do you give them medication? Or
Okay,
how is the medication to pigs like?
like okay. Even right now, we have some cases of skin discoloration where we have to treat. We just got medicine for it this morning.
Okay.
Then also we also use a lot of these natural herbs. There's a
Okay.
lot of medicine in these leaves that we see all around.
Eh.
A lot of medicine in it that we give. God in His own wisdom has provided. Agriculture is in a way that it's supposed to be very sustainable. If
It's
you understand,
nature.
it's nature.
Agriculture is
It's
nature.
working with nature. So what
Okay.
happens is that how often once the pigs are born, let's say 2 days, 3 days after a piglet is brought forth, we have to inject with iron. If you don't inject the iron, we have to before the pig is born, we feed the mother with turkey susa.
Yeah, Kohunsusa, take
We
it
feed
back.
the mother with susa. It enriches the mother in iron, so
Okay.
then it also goes down to the womb and lets
Mm.
the piglets before they are born also
Wow.
absorb the iron. So when the piglet comes out, you don't have to. I mean, all these drugs and I mean they are not. It's not nature.
Okay.
Even though they have a place, they are very good products that save a headache. But then there's natural ones that you can use as well. So
Wow.
we do that, and then as time goes on, we look at the growth. If a pig is not gaining weight as fast as we had
You want,
projected,
yeah.
then we realize that probably there's something wrong with that pig. Probably there's worms in the stomach
Okay.
that's eating up most of the nutrients that it consumes. Then we have to treat that pig. So, but we don't over here. We do not spend too much on medication.
Okay.
But at the times that we need, like right now, we invest, and it's not such a prevalent cost
Okay.
like that. Yes.
Okay. You made mention of bringing in one boa, then
Yes,
five females. Uh,
goats.
when they cross, how long does it take for them to give birth?
Okay, so after they cross, from the day that they cross or cross multiple times, sometimes you have to let them cross multiple times so that you are sure that
Okay, so the crossing, is it uh, natural, or you
oh,
have?
for over here we for now we do it naturally, but on some farms you go and they just find a way to extract the sperm and then give
Okay,
it to the female so that yes. But over here we just cross them naturally. So when it happens like that, it takes 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days for a new baby and new piglets to be
born.
to be born.
Okay, okay.
That's like the general accepted
So
and
how
fact that
many times are they able to give birth
in a year, within a calendar year, January all the way down to December, a pig can give birth twice
twice?
in a year.
Okay.
Twice, yes.
And averagely, how many piglets can the mother give?
So the pigs are very prolific. They have a reputation for being very prolific
Nice.
givers when it comes to their birth. So a pig can give you, let's say, for example, here on the farm, we had a pig that gave us 24 piglets within
Okay.
a calendar year. She gave us 10 the first one, and with the second birth, 14. So, but sometimes you have some that give you very low, like let's say you can even get like two,
Hey.
1, 3. Oh yeah, at least you are still getting something. And you just have to find the reason why. So
Why they
like I
are
said,
giving so low?
it's so low.
Hmm.
It depends on a whole lot of factors. Some that are in the
Like
beginning
a
we
whole
can
lot.
think
Life is a
life
whole
is
lot.
it's a whole lot.
Viewers, don't forget to subscribe.
Definitely.
We on the road to 500 subscribers at the end of this year. So we are appealing to the viewers, they should support us by not just watching, but rather subscribe as well for
Definitely.
us to grow.
Definitely.
Mm.
Definitely. So yes. What was I even saying? Yes,
Talking about
I was saying yes. So it's a whole lot of factors
mm,
that go into whether a pig, what number of piglets a
mm.
pig will be able to give you.
And I want us to talk about the feeding. How do you get your feed?
Okay,
Because
so
I know feed are quite
expensive,
expensive.
yes.
So how do you get your feed?
Okay, so feeding is 85% of what you are supposed to be doing is to feed these animals for them to get to a good weight, for you to be able to go and sell and get your money back and more.
Mm,
So feed is very important. So over here we plant some of our feed. So we use maize a lot.
okay.
We also use cassava. These are the carbohydrate sources, and then the soya bean, blood meal, fish meal, palm kernel cake, and some vegetables and some fruits. So
Okay.
we try as much as possible to. We are surrounded by quite some vast land, so we try as much as possible to plant a lot of
Okay.
our feed. But definitely in the beginning, we still buy
You
some
still
a
buy
lot
the
of
feed.
ingredients from around,
Okay.
and then we take it to a mill house, and then we mill the feed, and then we now we are trying to find ways to reduce our cost
Cost.
whilst
Okay.
increasing our production capacity. So we are
Cause
in
I
this.
saw a machine that you
Yes,
are
yes, yes, yes.
processing.
Feed.
I saw biscuits and I was surprised. Pigs are eating
Eating
biscuits.
biscuit,
Why
yes.
we the human beings can we find it difficult to afford.
Uh, okay, so the biscuits like this, yes, it gives the biscuit salt, these things, they give the food taste.
Okay, for
Hmm.
them to
So
be
for
able
them,
to
so that
eat
they
it.
can it encourages them to eat more. But
Mm.
sometimes they are very picky eaters. Sometimes they select what they want to eat from. Oh
Eh.
yes, they select what they want to eat from the food, and then
Wow.
they leave it.
Wow. And the cassava peel, how is the process like? You just take the cassava peel and give it to them, or
Okay, so the cassava, when you go to the women that do this, the gari, they do this,
gari?
what do you call it, cassava, the flour. You go to them, and then when they are done, they leave behind the peels. Ideally, you are supposed to dry it in the sun so that it takes the moisture away.
Out.
Then you
Okay.
can feed it. It's like chips. They
Okay.
give it to them. Yeah, a lot of livestock, pigs, goats, cattle, even some chicken sometimes. They eat that those cassava peels. It's very nutritious.
Okay.
It's in over here. It's one of the most used ingredients in livestock farming in Ghana. West Africa because of how much cassava we produce.
Okay. Talking about the demand and other stuffs, I want us to talk about the challenges.
Yes,
The challenges you will be, because I know in life everything you do
definitely.
there is challenges.
It's not
So
easy. You have to persevere. You have to
perseverance.
push on. So with the challenges, like you can get into a lot of specific challenges that you might face on the farm. There's things concerning cost of feed, you know, sicknesses that can affect your animals. Management. If you don't give, if you are not there yourself and you are getting people to look after it for you, you can have some issues with the workers. If they do not know what they are about, if they are
Okay.
dishonest, if all of that is our challenges.
Okay.
And also even probably even startup capital can also probably be a challenge.
Okay.
So all these are things that we face all of these issues along the line. Like
Okay.
all these are challenges that I face myself. I'm
Okay.
not trying to even generalize it. In the beginning, pulling together capital to make sure that it's a worthwhile investment. You understand? Then the issue of the cost of course one immediately I got into the business or we got into the business, the cost of the fees skyrocketed. So what I had projected I was going to have to
Mm.
invest to recoup back, suddenly because of the increase of the
You have to
dollar,
also double up.
you have to suddenly the money had just shot up. The amount of I have to invest has shot up.
Mm.
So you face that challenge. Then if you have some sicknesses that as a beginner it confuses you because you have not seen this, you have not been in this
Mm.
terrain before.
No experience.
No experience. It confuses you. That's also a challenge. You understand?
Yeah.
So all these
Okay.
are challenges. But then, like I said, to be able to mitigate a lot of these challenges or to be able to overcome them, you need first perseverance. Then you also need knowledge.
Knowledge.
Yes. By
Yeah.
through watching videos like this on YouTube or TikTok, go looking for good books and information, articles to read on the internet. There's
It will help you
so
a
much
lot.
research has been done about pig farming, catfish, about farming in general. So
Okay.
many the educational contents that you
Okay.
can just go tap information from it. So enrich,
So
broaden your scope or your view.
you
It will
don't
help
just
you.
sit down then start
No. If you
from
don't, if
nowhere.
no, no, if you don't like to read, you don't like to sit down and then soak
Mm.
information in, you will find it very difficult to be able to acquire skills. Because if you have probably not worked on a farm before,
Yeah,
you
definitely.
find it difficult to acquire skills that you need in livestock crop farming.
All right.
That's it. Let's see. This guy almost bites my finger.
Are they dangerous?
Oh no, that's not necessary. They're not dangerous.
So this is an education.
This medication, this ivermectin for their skin, vitamins. Oh,
So
you're
this,
scared of them, eh?
yes. Actually, today is my first time entering.
Right, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. We can
So
let's go to start the back there. Start
okay.
from the back.
Hey, this one is very big.
See
Oh.
that inside there? It's large. Okay, I think so. These ones they are still up and coming. They are just about let's say almost 2 months and a half.
This 2 months and a half.
So the younger ones, you see that some are smaller.
Yes.
These ones, I think, they are not from this batch, so we have to put them. But they can cohabitate. But what will happen is that these big ones will bully these small ones when it's time to eat. So
But are they all coming from one month?
yeah,
Okay.
these three
But
are
why
different.
have you isolated them from their?
Yesterday we started the process of weighing. We are weighing them and then taking them to their respectful cages. So I think we are going to continue today. Once we are doing the interview that we are paused. We will continue today. We will over here, so we try and bring them closer to.
Okay. So you use their weight to
Yeah.
divide them.
But sometimes you can just look at it and see this is smaller than this. Right, yes.
But why do you arrange them like that? With the division.
Oh, so that they can, I mean, if you have 4 pigs that are all 20 kilos, you put them together, you assume you have similar strength, similar, so they will all compete for the food very well.
Okay.
But you have one that is like 10 kilo, one is 20. The 20 will always bully the 10. But these ones, they like food, so
But I was thinking maybe if maybe 10 piglets are with the parents, there will not be problem.
Oh no, sometimes they might get okay when they are very small. They suck on the breast of their mother. That's what we call the weaning. So when you have to after a while the mom starts to get tired.
Okay.
So you have to take the piglets away. Otherwise the mom loses weight. Go and let me show you.
Okay.
There were a few pigs that they had lost severe weight, but we took after giving birth. But after taking it from the mom. This one they are pregnant.
This big one there.
So this one here, now she's a bit better, but she had lost a lot of weight.
This
because,
one?
Yeah, because her children had sucked the blood and all. Oh. Yeah, this one, you are friendly animals, don't do anything. So you can just reach out, touch. Yeah, I even said it. At the end of the day, it's we humans that eat them.
Hey, let me take this.
Wow. This is one. Wow.
Hey. Well, it want to come out or what?
Oh no, it can't come out. It's time for them to eat. So they are
anticipating.
They are a bit hyper.
So you divide them by their sizes, eh?
Yes.
Wow. Oh, nice. So this like this, they are with their parent or?
No, this one's not supposed to be here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 of them would have to go and mix with the big ones. Okay. And the others will also come here.
Okay.
So that's how we do.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Let me tell the guys here.